Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. I feel like I have not done my intro in I don't even know how long. It's been a minute since I've done my intro. That is so sad. But here to take care of all of you guys for this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction video. It's been a minute since I've done a video like this as well. But I was just in the spirit. I was in the energy. I'm looking at my notes I wrote here on my phone. And I have a whole setup here with my DJ equipment. So I'm trying to adjust with the microphone. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. This video is on Patreon first. If you're seeing it right now, then you're watching it currently on Patreon. Early access, of course. I appreciate all of you still rocking with me. I haven't been uploading as much on Patreon. Just doing other things. Mostly I'm on TikTok now, but I still do Patreon when I feel called to post. Also, I haven't really been feeling that well, truthfully, the last 2 weeks, so I've just been trying to survive at this point. This Mercury retrograde / eclipse season / we also still have a full moon in Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio moon / life. I'm ready for April to be over. I already knew April was going to be a doozy. Honestly, I'm just ready for it to be done at this point. I just want to check my microphone and make sure that it's working before I get started, because if I do this video, because this is a long video, if I do this video and for some reason you can't hear me, I'm going to be highly upset. So let me check that real quick. Okay, we're good. I just had to turn that gain down a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's fine. I may have to crop that. But yeah, so we have this really big, very rare transit that is happening this Saturday, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction of 2024. And this transit is rare. This is probably one of the biggest transits of this year. And it doesn't happen very often. The last one was 14 years ago. And then the last one in Taurus was over a century ago. So that's pretty big. Now, this is a time basically where we're going to have a sudden, exciting breakthrough, a quantum leap, wherever we have Taurus in our charts. All right. So it's extremely lucky and unexpected break that we're going to have. Some type of experience of freedom or expansion. You could be feeling more liberated, inspired to take action in that area where you have Taurus as well. And this will continue to ripple off for the next few weeks after this transit, after this weekend. So with that being said, Jupiter in astrology is the planet of abundance. It's a planet of luck. It's a planet of expansion and growth. And Uranus, or Uranus, however you want to pronounce it, is a planet of unexpected shocks, revelation. Jupiter is known as a benefic planet in astrology, which means it usually has more positive influences when it is interacting with other planets. For example, Venus and Jupiter would be benefic planets, and then malefic planets would be like Mars and Saturn, which are tend to have more of a harsher connotation when interacting with other planets. So that's what we are going into. So this is a period where we're finally going to be waking up, where we've been sleepwalking, or maybe where things have been stagnant. Especially if you have Taurus placements, really for the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. If you have major planets in those, but especially Taurus, since this is happening, Jupiter and Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, the last really active thing happening while Jupiter is in Taurus before it moves into Gemini in May, I believe it is, next month. So let me actually wipe these glasses off because they're a little smearing. I can't really see. But yeah, where we've been kind of sleepwalking in life, things are about to get shaken up, waking up, baking up. All right. And this could be in a big way or a small way. All right. It's just going to be something that we don't expect, or in a way we don't expect it to happen. So I will go through at the end of this video, or after I say this beginning part, the intro, we'll go through where you have Taurus in your chart and what you could experience and see that is changing for you. But also keep in mind, This has just been a very faded time. April has been faded, but we could be feeling a bit more optimistic or seeing more luck and seeing more optimism in that area of life. We have Taurus, okay? And letting go of the fears that we have for our future. Now, one thing about Uranus is it is a neutral planet, okay? Whenever I talk about things that are transforming or changing or starting or stopping, whatever, everybody always asks me, is this a positive change or a negative change? Change is a neutral term, guys, and I know that's hard to wrap your mind around, but Uranus is a neutral planet. Change, shock, revelation is a neutral term, and it's one of those things you got to just kind of see how it happens for your life and see, you know, how it goes. All right. And yeah, so you can expect some type of change, but it's neutral. Change is neither good or bad. It's really about the relationship you have with change, how it feels to you. So finding something different, eccentric, some like Uranus can be upheaval, but like I said, combining it with Jupiter, it's like something that it could be something that goes like a blessing in disguise type of thing where it goes downhill, but you see why in a huge way. You're like grateful that it happened type of thing. Okay. Other things that I heard happening around this time, like on a global scale, were the American Revolution and the French Revolution when we've had this transit in the past. All right. So it could be something regarding our finances, the economy, because it's dealing with Taurus, if we're looking at it at a global level. Okay. So you can now apply this to where you have Taurus in your houses. You can look at for your sun sign and look at for your rising. Only sun and rising. We're not doing sun, moon, rising, Venus. That's too much. But look at your rising sign first and then look at your sun sign. So I'm just going to say the sign, but you know that I'm talking about rising sign or sun sign. Okay, so let's start with the star of the show, Toro. Toro, if you have Taurus, okay, if you're a Taurus rising, Taurus sun, something about the way that you see yourself, because it's hitting your first house, something about the way you see yourself or the way the world sees you is shifting, is changing after this week. All right, so a sudden change in your first house matters, which is your physical body, your physical appearance, your mindset, your perception, who you are as a person is going to be changing to some extent. All right, so this could be you taking on like a weight loss journey. You could be having some type of surgery, even something different about that, or a sudden change in your hair. You want to switch up your style, your mindset surrounding who you are, but suddenly something clicks and you realize something about you and the way you've been carrying yourself, your aesthetic, your mindset is about to suddenly shift, or something, a perception you've had about something regarding you will be changing. And you can even understand where you've been holding yourself back and you're like, well, I finally see what I need to be doing and how I need to move. Okay. This could happen in an unusual way, or it may be in a usual way that you're going to start approaching these changes, but it's in a way that's freeing yourself from where you've been and where you've put yourself in a box, or where you've been stagnant. Okay. But literally probably like a change in your hair or your look, or you might even be kind of like testing out a new personality, or maybe going back to your real personality, right? Like if you're familiar with the term masking, a lot of people mask, and it's a common term in neurodivergency. But if you might suddenly realize that you have been masking, which means you have been suppressing your authentic self, your true self, out of fear or anxiety, or trying to be more socially accepted. And you may suddenly realize that you've been doing that and you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. So you start to show more of yourself. You start to be more, your true self, quirky, whatever. Or just try to do things that push you into showing more of your personality. So that's really what's happening for you, Taurus. And And this affects your relationships with other people because you are coming more into yourself. So you may do something shocking that shocks other people, like you suddenly cut off all your hair, you suddenly do something. People are like, whoa. Or you suddenly start to set a boundary, you suddenly start to change the way you act with people. And this affects people, the right people for the right reasons, the wrong people for the wrong reasons. Okay. But it's going to affect you and others. Next, we have Aries. So if you have an Aries rising, especially, this is hitting your second house. So there's a breakthrough occurring literally in your house of finances, money, self-worth, and your possessions. So I made a tweet the other day talking to fire signs, especially fire rising signs, that this is a good week, a lucky week for money. You may see an uptick in some money, a refund check, something like that. But you could get a random new job. You can get hired on the spot for a job that you may apply to this week. Or you could get some like an increase of some kind. And this could be in an unexpected way where like you get reimbursed for something, or there's like a loss first and then you get paid back, something like that. So try not to get scared about that, but it could be that you end up losing something and then you gain way more than you expected to, because we're still in retrograde and it's still in Aries. So there could be a little bit of like misplacement with money, or like a little weirdness with money, but, essentially something does happen with your finances or regarding your finances. All right. So could be like an unexpected bill, but hopefully it's not that end of the spectrum. But yeah, you can have some inspiration even that hits you like a truck, or like a small little bite, a mosquito bite. I couldn't think of something else that would help you to make money, help you to figure out how to invest, how to save, or maybe you think about selling something, or this is something that you're going to start doing for your own self-worth, that it finally clicks for you. And this could help you, investing in a stock even this weekend could be a good thing, or figuring out something to invest in for long term that can help you with your money, but something beneficial for you. But yeah, overall, it's something regarding your finances that you will have an inspiring moment, a breakthrough, a light bulb moment where you're just like, okay, I know what I need to do with my money, or where I need to put my money, or something happens where you will end up getting more money back for something. And of course, maybe an unexpected bill, but I digress. Okay, so that's you, Aries. Next, Pisces. So Pisces, this transit is happening in your third house. So for all the Pisces placements here, there's going to be some breakthrough in third house matters, mental clarity, a lot of mental energy, because the third house deals with the mind, the communication, and deals with siblings. It can deal with networking and short distance travel. So there's a mental breakthrough or some type of idea that can help you, that propels you forward. Now, this can even be like a conversation that sparks something within you, something that clicks. You could get some unexpected communication from somebody. So, make sure you're checking your email, make sure you got your phone taken off, do not disturb, so you can get these calls. All right. Or maybe it's a conversation even that you overhear somebody else having, but something pops up and it gives you like this moment in your brain. But yeah, something also about your voice or your thoughts will turn into abundance and could launch you into the next phase of your life. So you figuring out how to use your voice in a way that can offer you like something monetarily, even could be starting a podcast, could be writing a book, could be publishing a book. But something about your thoughts will turn into abundance going into the next phase of your life. Now, this does not mean that suddenly something's going to take off this weekend specifically, or this important conversation is going to change everything. But it's like one of those major things that help you at least know what direction you need to go in. All right. So write down your ideas this week, write down your thoughts, maybe even share your ideas. Whether people have conversations about things that you're thinking, or maybe there's something that you really want to get off your chest this weekend, and this could be a great time to do it, as well as taking a short distance travel this weekend. If you've been thinking about taking a trip, or you maybe want to take a spontaneous trip this weekend, that is something that can help you as well. Okay. And likely that trip will be very significant for some reason. Or if somebody invites you on a trip, I would say yes this weekend. And so the main thing for you, Pisces, is this change in the way that you communicate, the way that you've been communicating with other people, or the way that you have been speaking, and even a change in the relationship you have with your siblings, possibly. And then a unexpected shift in communication, or unexpected or conversation triggers something within you that sparks some type of idea or some type of inspiration within you for like over the next few weeks, but it could happen this week. Okay. Next we have Aquarius sun rising. So this transit is taking place in your fourth house of home life. All right. So there's going to be some type of sudden breakthrough or revelations that are happening within your house, at home, within your family even, or in your emotional environment, like going on emotionally within you or in private. So it may be something that comes up where you suddenly move, or you suddenly have the urge to move and uproot and go somewhere else. Or maybe you get approved for a house this week. If you apply, you could get approved for an apartment, or you may have to suddenly move. That could be a thing as well. Or finding a place that you really love that you can call home. Or if not that, at home, you could finally realize maybe where you want to live, or what changes you want to make in your own house, right? So it could be like you're trying to paint, or you're trying to renovate, or trying to make your house feel more homey to you. And if not that, then this could even be like something about your family that you are having a sudden breakthrough about, like something suddenly about where your childhood trauma came from, or sudden realization, or some news you hear about a parent or a grandparent or something within your family that shocks you, but it also helps you to understand yourself better and understand where you need to go from here. Another thing is could be even a change in your family beliefs, like breaking some type of generational curses that you've been carrying, some type of trauma. You could hear about some trauma from a family member, or you're sharing something about your trauma with family, or about your family with someone else. That is like a really huge breakthrough type of moment for you. But something regarding your family could be even more specifically your mother, or literally your physical home life. Could be even somebody moving in with you. Could be a family member that's coming to stay with you, or suddenly something changes with a family member leaves you. All right. So one of those things will be prevalent, especially over the next few weeks, but this could start as early as this week. Next, we have Capricorn sun and risings. All right. So this is happening. The transit is happening in your fifth house, Taurus, fifth house. So there's going to be some type of breakthrough or revelation when it comes down to feeling inspired to create something. This could be even some type of hobby that you can turn into a career, or you can monetize, or something where your hobby or something that you were just doing for fun, or thinking of a new way to enjoy your time or spend your free time opens up, and it's like a sudden breakthrough moment. And however you express yourself should be more shown. Like maybe you're thinking of ways how you want to show up differently, how you want to be express yourself differently. This can be in the clothes you wear. This can be in your hobbies, the friends you hang out with, whatever. But something about the way you're expressing yourself is going to unexpectedly shift or open up, or you're going to be drawn to just express yourself in the ways that you find happiness in different avenues. So something different with your creativity. Now, this is not to say this will happen, but it is possible. If you are trying to conceive, or even if you're not trying to conceive, you could get pregnant, or you can hear about a pregnancy, because the fifth house does represent children, and it represents fertility. So there is the birth of something, whether you're pregnant or somebody you know close to you is pregnant, you would hear about that. Okay, Capricorns. But yeah, so unexpectedly that could be what happens there. But the birth of something is coming to fruition for you. This could be something that you also maybe set like a trend unexpectedly, either with how you're wearing your hair or your clothes, or maybe something that you do online. It could start up like a trend of some kind. So think ahead, think of things that haven't been done yet. And this could be something that becomes very popular for you. All right. And then another thing is that the fifth house also represents romance, lighthearted romance, especially fun flings. So you could be unexpectedly hooking up with somebody like that you didn't expect to this week, even, or the next few weeks, going on an unexpected date, or somebody asking you out, or going to like a party, suddenly meeting somebody significant there, etc., etc. Okay. So there's that for you, Capricorn. Next, we have Sagittarius. All right, so we got a Sagittarius sun and Sagittarius rising. So this transit is happening in your sixth house of daily routines and work life and health. So there could be an unexpected change in one of those matters for you. Unexpected change in your daily routines, in your career life, and in your health. Now, this could be you're adding something to your routine. Like this could be you're adding something to your daily life order, something that is taken away, but there's going to be some type of adjustment. Could be pretty dramatic, or suddenly you just like, I just can't do this anymore. Cut out the job, cut out the extra stuff there in your day-to-day life. That will bring you abundance in the long run. All right. This could even be a sudden breakthrough with a health routine or regimen. Like maybe suddenly you find like a product that works for you, or you get some insight about like a health issue you've been having, or how to remedy a certain issue you're having with your health, and physically a physical ailment could suddenly, there's clarity surrounding that. And you're like, okay, now I know how I need to go about this. Another thing is working smarter instead of harder. Okay, so like maybe you're just decluttering your routines. Like you're like, okay, I'm just way too busy, or I need to simplify, because Virgo, sixth house energy is about simplification. So there's a better way of going about managing your time, or maybe like something is ending that's going to give you a lot more free time throughout your day. And you're going to, it could be like one of those things where when it is ending, it's scary at first. You're like, because it's been a part of your routine for so long. This could be a job you had, a relationship you had, and then it's taken out and you're like scared, because it's like, whoa, what do I do with all this time now? But then you're like, I can start doing this. I can start painting. I can start cooking. I can start, making more time for myself. So that's what I can see for some of y'all. Other things, like some of you may be hiring someone to help you with your business, or, hiring like a nanny, or like something that's going to make your daily life easier, a manager of some kind, or somebody that's going to help you mentor or something, and making space for you. But some type of clarity is coming surrounding one of those themes. Okay. Now to the nitty gritty, the big Scorpianus, me and you. You know who you are. So Scorpio sun, but especially Scorpio risings. All right. This is very significant for Scorpio and Taurus. For us Scorpios, Taurus is sitting in our 7th house, so that means that the transit is taking place in our 7th house of relationships. So many relationships of all kinds, revelations surrounding these connections. Okay. So this week especially, and then going into the next few weeks, there's going to be a sudden moment of clarity, awareness, or a significant connection that pops up that is important for your journey, all right, or some type of spiritual awakening even for yourself. Now, this could be a new beginning in an existing connection where something suddenly shifts in the dynamic. And again, like if you're already like with somebody, or, you know, this could be just like an unexpected shift that happens in a dynamic, like either a breakup, a separation, some type of like big shift. It's probably not something you saw coming. For some of you it is, but maybe in a different way. But just keep that in mind. But yeah, it could be a new beginning in a connection you already have, or there's like a new person that you suddenly meet, or somebody very significant, not just romantic. This can be like for your career. This can be your friend, spiritual, romantic, but somebody that comes in and leaves a very big impact on you, or is going to help you, assist you, somebody that's going to push you into the next phase of your life. All right. And lead you to a new path for yourself. Even if this is like just a chance meeting, like sometimes there's like connections that come into our lives for a very specific reason, and then they're gone. All right. So it's gonna be, you just have to kind of see where the person falls for you. But 7th house usually is like our long-term connections, or more like significant, and having it in Taurus, usually it's somebody that's going to be around for quite some time, or there's like a big boom, like huge explosion meeting, and then like things like settle down, and then you figure out where you're going with this. All right. But it'll definitely be significant. It'll definitely awaken something in you. And it could be a relationship with somebody who is very different than what you expected, or an unexpected. I kind of see for some people, it's like this, even you had like just a friendship with this person, and then it just suddenly there's like a romantic spark there, you know, or just like some big like pivot that's like, whoa, what direction is this going in now? Okay. So that's for that. But try not to cling to the outcome too much, because it's like this unexpected surprise type of energy. Just try to go along with it and allow the freedom to come in so that you can just enjoy the ride. Easier said than done, I know, Scorpios. I'll pray for us. I'll keep you updated if anything interesting happens for me. So far, I don't know what's going on anymore in my life with my relationships. Everybody's just been acting crazy since the beginning of the year for me. I have no idea anymore. Like, seriously, I don't know. So yeah. Next, we have Libra. This transit is happening in your 8th house. 8th house for Libra suns and Libra risings, but especially Libra risings. Now, 8th house is always a tricky house for me to explain, and for most astrologers, I feel like to explain. But there's going to be some type of unexpected transformation and a change, likely in your finances. Could be in your joint finances with somebody else. You could even be getting some type of refund. But you could have this change where you're either letting go of a business partner, somebody that you were working with financially, or you are going to be moving into something where you're going to be working with somebody financially. Could be like a financial advisor, or somebody that you're actually going into business with. But something about like a joint finances, partnership, like a marriage, like a contract, something is unexpectedly changing. So it could be like you suddenly move in with somebody, and then you're joining finances, you know, financially getting on like the same lease, or like you're splitting with somebody, you're splitting the bills, or you're splitting contracts, or you're trying to figure out how to separate the money. Something like that could be happening here, starting or ending. But another thing is like an unexpected form of intimacy, and how you connect with somebody on a deeper level is changing. So this could be like an unexpected, like deep connection or a intimate moment. Like this could be a sexual thing that you're merging with somebody in a new way, or you're understanding, having a light bulb moment about your own intimacy blockages, your own sexual blockages that you have and that you need to work on, and or even a sexual trauma that is coming to the surface that you're understanding better. But yeah, you're releasing some type of blockage here, likely that was stopping you from letting other people get close to you, or you're having a moment where you're realizing like this thing, this person, this trauma, this belief, whatever it is, was stopping me from accepting the closeness that I crave or that I want, or, you know, I have a lot of trust issues that I need to work on, or figure out how to work with somebody, be close to somebody in a healthy way. So you're letting these walls come down, you're feeling more liberated, or you're allowing yourself to be more close or let go of your vulnerability with people. All right. And just a disclaimer for this house, because I do still want to mention it. I don't want to just, you know, skip past this, because the 8th house is a house of death. Okay. And that is literal death or metaphorical death. So this is not to scare you and say somebody's going to pass away, but they could. Okay. Death is a part of life, and it could be one of those things that I especially see this being prominent for someone that is like a caretaker. Like if you were a caretaker for some type of family member, or somebody in your family is like ill, and it's just kind of like a burden to care for them. Something may happen there, or something that is like a burden, and then you get like financially compensated for that. Okay, so that's that on that. We're not going to feed into it too much, but there is some type of ending significant for Libra risings, especially a closing of a chapter, like a very transformative ending of some kind that creates this sense of freedom, because it's ending, and it's like, it's sad because it's over, but at the same time, you're going to feel so free because you're like, whoa, I didn't realize this was actually really burdensome for me and my energy emotionally and intimately. So yeah. All right. Next, we got Virgo sun, Virgo risings in particular. So for Virgo, this is happening, this transits in your 9th house. So there's going to be unexpected shift in expansion for, could be where you live currently, could be in a sense of perspective. You might have like this sudden shift of feeling suddenly more optimistic about your future and about like what's to come, and a revelation about even like travel. Like some of you suddenly may feel an urge to move very far away, or you've been thinking about moving abroad, or you've been thinking about studying abroad, you've been thinking about traveling long distance to different places. And so this is something that this weekend you may really be looking at other jobs in somewhere that is a little bit further from you, or you may even get an opportunity that comes up that is somewhere for you to move, that is out of your state. All right. So there also could be like an opportunity to take a long distance trip. And this can be something that's very freeing, but sudden relocations for a job especially is very, very prominent for you, Virgo and Virgo risings. And even thinking about applying to schools, if you're wanting to go to school, thinking about applying like long distance, somewhere that's far away from home. And you could really get a good chance at getting in. Or you may receive something this weekend about you getting into, getting approved to live somewhere far or move somewhere far. Another thing is that you're likely to get connected to a new religion or a spiritual practice at this time. So you could have like this sudden awakening moment, or like you start to feel more spiritually inclined to move towards one religion or another, move away from another religion. Like this may be one of those like very unexpected pivots where you like, we're suddenly Christian, now you're not, or you're suddenly spiritual, now you're Christian, now you're this or you're that. Okay. So it's like one avenue you were moving this way in your spiritual path, then you're suddenly shifted and feel called to move somewhere else. So this could be an unexpected thing. It could be shocking for other people. Especially if you decide to suddenly move, if you decide to suddenly change religions, if you decide to go to school, leave school, or you're already far away, you decide to come back home. Something with like a long distance thing, or something that is about like horizons and expanding your horizons, or coming back from somewhere that you were before. Okay. So yeah, I think that one is pretty self-explanatory there for your ninth house. A lot of travel themes, long distance themes, could be studying an opportunity for you to go somewhere further, or a chance to reach more people in your life. Like if you're in your business online, you may be reaching more people. I see some of you maybe even thinking about or studying another language, learning another language. That could be something that's very helpful, or learning to teach or reach people that are of different ethnicities and different groups. All right. So next we have Leo. Leo suns, Leo risings in particular. This transit is happening in your 10th house. You'd have a Taurus 10th house more than likely. And so there is going to be an unexpected shift, a liberating moment in your long-term career, your public reputation, and your persona. So this could be something suddenly happening where you decide to quit a job on the spot. You decide to leave, you decide to pivot, or you decide to upgrade into a higher position. You could suddenly be getting hired as a manager. You could be suddenly changing positions, or a brand new job lands with you. This is a great week to be applying to jobs, try to get a new job, and something should stick with you for sure. Also, this could be a good week to ask for a raise or ask for a promotion. Do something a little bit rebellious when it comes down to your career. But for a lot of you, you may be, if you're considering completely switching career paths, or even quitting randomly. I see you doing something with your career that is a pretty big pivot, or something that is maybe a little bit unexpected for you. And so if not that, you will get some type of idea of how you want to go about your career in the next few weeks. Like it could just start with a small thing, or something that happens at work, or something that you have a conversation about career with somebody, and you're like, you get that confirmation, or maybe you even put in your 2 weeks notice this week, or some type of confirmation about like how you want to do your job next. Like, what do you want to do next? Or like, how do you want to take it up a notch? How do you want to take it to the next level? Like, how do you want to put yourself out there in a different way? All right. So that's also pretty self-explanatory. It's definitely something with your long-term career, how you're seen, whether it's you suddenly are starting a new career, or this week you're getting insight or an idea on where you want to take your career next. Or somebody could even be offering you a new job, or you are suddenly leaving a job. Okay. This could even be something with a father figure, or something that happens unexpectedly with a manager. I don't know if it's getting into it with a manager, or a manager suddenly quits and then you're up next, or something like that. But something with people of authority could come up as well. Okay. All right. So next we have Cancer sun and rising. Now, this transit is happening for you in your 11th house. 11th house of friendship, social media, hopes and wishes and dreams, groups and organizations. So you could suddenly encounter a new group, like somebody introduces you to some people, or you could be suddenly connected with new friends, a new friend group, a new type of organization, somewhere where you feel more like you belong, or like more welcomed, especially if you hadn't felt accepted for some reason, or you felt kind of like an outcast of some kind, or you just trying to find your tribe. You may suddenly be accepted into a group. This could also be you suddenly leaving a group of friends, or leaving in some type of organization that you once resonated with, or maybe unexpectedly you are exiled from the group, or maybe you were working one place and you have to leave, or something ends about a situation. I see graduation being some of significance for somebody, where you're graduating out of a program, school, class, something. So you're leaving that group, right? But you're going into a next phase of a group that's going to make you feel like you've grown and that you're more connected to them anyway. But something that you'll learn from new people in your life coming in will be very profound to and helpful to your future. All right. And this could be in person, in real life, like a group you're in, or this could be on social media. All right. And this could even be a rebrand on social media too. Like maybe you're deciding that you want to start a group and you want to start your own group. You want to start your own something, and you're inviting people into your group or your social media platform, your page. So yeah, there's a rebrand of some kind for you, or you're figuring out what types of people you want to be around, or you get an idea of like how you need to be showing up online to maybe connect with like who you're supposed to connect with. You want to be in this other online space or this other space of getting like closer to people. This can even be like a new perspective about your friendships, and maybe some blockage that you had of like you feeling disconnected from other people, but it wasn't so much them, like it wasn't something they were doing, but maybe it was something that you were doing. Like maybe you were just holding back, or you were like having your own fears or self-sabotage, because it's not always other people. Like sometimes we go into things and we have our own like limiting beliefs and our fears, and that stops us from opening up. So maybe you were like kind of hiding yourself, and now you're like trying to figure out how to show up more and be around people. So yeah, something about your friends or your community is suddenly shifting this weekend into the next few weeks. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Gemini. Gemini, 12th house, is transiting your 12th house, especially risings. So 12th house is also one that's a little tricky, but things that are hidden are definitely coming to light. So an unexpected shock or revelation surrounding 12th house themes, things that are hidden, things that are subconscious, things that have been buried in the back of our minds, or things of the past even. So there's a lot of intuitive downloads about subconscious patterns, fears, anxieties, or limiting beliefs. Maybe things that you were thinking and feeling, but you just didn't know how to articulate or put them into words. So this is like something that could be sparked by you going into therapy, something a therapist says, you suddenly realizing that you need therapy, or some type of counseling, some type of conversation. But this is a very spiritual revelation that you have. So this is likely something that comes to you in the form of a dream, in the form of like while you're meditating, while you're doing something, when you're in isolation, when you're by yourself. This is not likely something that comes through another person directly, but this is something that you kind of realize on your own, and it just like suddenly wakes you up, like this big aha moment, something that happens while you're connecting with your spiritual team, or something that just happens that is very, very spiritually inclined to you. For some of you, I'm getting like, it could be like connecting with somebody who has passed, or maybe it's something that you hear in a like a past life regression thing, or it could be in a hypnosis thing, or from a medium, or something about somebody who has passed on is kind of like what I see in my head. So you're getting that insight about that person, or from that person, or like regarding yourself. But I'm getting like there's another person, but it's not like a physical person. There's like a spirit guide or an ancestor or somebody that has passed on that you're getting some insights regarding or from. You can also get some like unexpected news about a secret, something that was like a secret, whether it's your secret that is somehow comes out, or somebody's secret that is revealed to you that is pretty shocking. But it has something to do with you or helps you to move forward. So either you're keeping a secret or you're revealing a secret. And then there's the last part of this is you may decide that you want to embark on a solo trip or some type of solo journey, kind of like the hermit card, and go within and be by yourself for a minute. Or you could be realizing that you've taken too much time isolating yourself and you're ready to kind of put yourself back out there and share with the world what you know and share your spiritual gifts. So this could be like you having even like a spiritual awakening type of thing, and you realize that you're ready to start taking your spirituality more seriously, start offering spiritual services, tarot, astrology, mediumship. You may decide like, yeah, I'm ready to do this thing, right? So that is what's happening for Geminis. Okay, so that's everybody. I hope that you all resonated with this, and we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. I'm excited. I do want to see something change for me in that area. I have Taurus. I have my own hopes, my own wishes for whatever happens, and I know you guys do too. So let's just all hope and pray for the best. Things have been pretty intense with these eclipses, especially for me, probably for you guys too that have cardinal signs, cardinal placements. So let's just hope for some good blessings after we've been put through the ringer, right? But yeah, thank you guys for watching this early access, and I'll post this on YouTube soon. I am at Tarot by Bronx and Mind Body Bronx on everything.